Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, let's talk about NIO stock. I give you a brand new update and let you know the price goals here for the up and downside. We're trading now here above $6, which means that NIO had here a recovery bull run breakout of more than 129%. Everything what I say here is not financial advice. I just give you my opinion here based on the chart, based on the technicals. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my previous video that we have here this squeeze calendar. This is one of my indicators here, guys. And for NIO stock, the 25th of August is or was one of the potential squeeze days, which means, guys, if you don't have this indicator right now, the indicator is available here in the video description. Depending on your country, you might see it also below the video here. So this calendar calculate potential breakout days, and the red days in the calendar mark the, let's call it, final date for a breakout or squeeze, which means the market makers have to react until this day. That does not mean that exactly on that day the stock squeeze. Until then, we should see a squeeze. So 25th of August was here predicted for NIO. So when we now switch off for a second the calendar and focus what happened here and switch to the daily chart, guys, then we can see 25th of August that NIO had a massive volume spike here and that we started to pump. And as you can see, exactly when we reached here the 25th of August, the market maker stepped in and tried to correct the price. The squeeze calendar is quite predictive, guys. Yeah, of course, there is never any guarantee, but as you can see, we had here a massive bull run. And as I said, until this day, the market makers have to, have to do what the algos have to do. And with this squeeze here, which we had and ended on the 25th, you can see that also here, this gap at $6.56 has been closed, guys. So NIO is closing all these open gaps here step by step, which is usual for algos. If a company is diluting the stock heavily, then of course that might not happen, but for NIO we have a very good chance. Why do I mention that, guys? Because when we switch now back again to the weekly chart, we can see that there is only one open up gap for NIO stock, and this gap is waiting at 27 US dollar. If you have not seen my previous videos, if you are new to my channel, welcome, guys, but I'm personally very bullish on NIO. That does not mean that I FOMO in here at these price levels, but I already bought my stocks here in the lower price ranges, and I think there is indeed a massive reverse potential for NIO, but this is not financial advice. So just based on the open gaps, you can see that there is also here the bear case scenario. So we have one open gap in the weekly chart at $27.22, and that could be one of the long-term price targets for NIO, which means based on the actual price, there is an upside potential for again 300%. I personally think, guys, that we could even see higher prices here, but as I said, when we're trading here at $6, I don't want to hype you up here in this video. Okay, let's now go in detail here, and let's also check what the RSI is telling us. This is also very important, guys. Also here, one of my indicators, the RSI, also very reliable in my opinion. Of course, there is never a guarantee, guys. Yeah, no indicator in the world can exactly predict the next move, but what I can see here, that we had here some huge bullish signals already for NIO before the bottom has been in, before we had here two squeeze attempts. That looks like nothing in the chart. You can see here the bull alert signals, but what happened exactly after these signals here, we had this squeeze here of in total 68%, which is good, yeah, but this one here was a better one, and we had here 110%. The RSI alerted that. Why I think that we come a little bit higher, because last time when we closed here one of the open gaps in the weekly chart, we had a massive sell-off reaction for NIO. This is what the algos do, guys. Don't forget this. Yeah, when they start to cover or whatever they do, they want to get the lowest possible price. That's why they brought NIO down one more time here to $3.02. That was the lowest price which we had here since the last squeeze, which was back here in 2019, 20, and 21. But this is what the market makers do. What I now want to see is that we at least build a higher high compared to this candle here, which means a price above $7.70. This is what I want to see. Also the EMA line indicator, guys, if you also want to use that, all the indicators are available here in the video description, and you can see that the black EMA line here is a strong resistance for NIO. And that means, guys, that here at $8.88 could be something like a big resistance. But for me, honestly, that doesn't matter. I just want to see a higher high, that we start to build here something like a bottom, that we start to build higher highs, and that means a price over $7.70, guys. This is what I want to see here for NIO stock. Let's go now in detail here. We don't have yet a bearish alert here on the RSI, but we are very, very overbought. So now we have just two scenarios. Scenario one, we see the same like this, a massive sell-off reaction, or scenario two, something like a short squeeze, and that could bring NIO here over $8 at least. So then let's go here in the details. By the way, guys, if you are not trading NIO, if you missed that kind of bull run here, no problem. I always release here brand new squeeze and short squeeze stocks on Patreon. I just released my brand new video yesterday. If you see this video is already out right now. And this video contains my squeeze predictions for this week. So if you want to join in, guys, we had here a beautiful 300% squeeze here last week, 21st of August. Here was the day when I released this video on Patreon. And you can see also here the RSI alerted here 2 bullish signals, the white candles, guys. 2 bullish signals. We hit the algo demand zone, and then we had a massive short squeeze of 305%. This is a 4 hours chart, guys. So that took just a few days here until we had this massive breakout. Yeah, guys, the brand new video is out right now. Of course, I post here frequently breakout and short squeeze stock predictions, but on Patreon, when you join here the full package membership, then you get access to all my content. And that includes also my trading tutorials, member FAQ section, swing trade alerts, and so on. So here's a lot of content. Even if you're a complete beginner, all questions will be answered there, guys. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is also available in the video description. So, my friends, let's now go in detail here for NIO. I will also switch on my drawings right now for you. What is beautiful to see is that, so when I switch off the indicators to have a clear picture here, that we had this wedge pattern here. I'm talking about NIO since months, guys, on my channel, even not since more than 1 or 2 years right now. And this is what I have been waited for, guys, for this breakout here out of this wedge pattern. Why? Because when we zoom out, then NIO was trapped in this as a descending trend channel here. So the price was controlled by the market makers, by the algos here in this pattern. And I said that here back in March 2025 that we are very, very close to see a breakout here. What does that mean? That the major resistance, the major algo resistance, which compressed the price for NIO, where the market makers accumulating, going long, going short, this wedge pattern, guys, is over. We don't have that anymore. And this is the reason why you see something like this. When I zoom out, here's the wedge pattern, guys, and you can see traded sideways, accumulated in the bullish algo demand zone. The bullish algo demand zone for NIO is $4.40 to $3.30. What does that mean? That in this zone here, the bulls and whales buying. That does not mean, guys, that NIO can go lower. Yes, it can go lower. I mentioned that in the beginning. Yeah, we have this open up gap at $27 in the weekly chart, and we have one open down gap at $1.55 in the weekly chart. So both gaps could get filled, guys. Yeah, this is simple what algo is doing. But for now, we have here a confirmation. We have a bullish breakout. The squeeze trigger zone for NIO is $5.37. So keep in mind, for everybody who still is here in this play, as long as the price is above $5.37, bullish. If we go below that, guys, bearish, because then we will probably go back here in this algo demand zone or retest the algo price levels here. The next price goal, I also mentioned that in my previous video, is $7.84. That would be the next squeeze trigger price level for NIO. And that would mean that when we break $7.84, when we go above that, that we also create a higher high, guys, and that would confirm that we have here a bullish reversal pattern. So that would mean that NIO has a very, very big chance in 2025 and 2026 to go higher and higher and higher. And then we go back here in the 2-digit price ranges, and who knows, maybe even back to $27 sooner or later. My friends, that was my update for you on NIO stock. I hope that was helpful. If you don't want to miss any updates, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button right now. If you want to use my indicators, click here in the video description. Everything is available in an online shop. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.